Oh, that's my new friend Diane coming up the trail there. Talking to my camera. You can walk in, it's okay. Echo Lake's beyond. Another fellow walking through my picture, but it's okay. Through the rough, rocky part now. Still going uphill, but it's mostly dirt. And it's shaded. And there's pretty flowers to look at. Diane fell behind, so probably won't see her again. Well up above Echo Lakes now. I'm at the Tamarack Lake Junction, and I'm doing pretty well. It's windy and almost cold on this part here. Wow, doing great, feeling strong. There's a million people on the trail, and everybody is coming from and going to Lake Aloha. And a big major first. I was recognized from my YouTube channel. One of my 45 subscribers was on the trail coming down. A lovely family. Had a nice chat. And my ego exploded for a few minutes, but I'm better. I'm doing okay now. Haven't hired an agent yet. Still looking into it. Damn. But slightly going uphill, and I'm getting wheezy already. But I'm so excited, I'm going too fast. That's my problem. I was hiking with Diane for a while. She's a slow hiker, and I couldn't help but slow down to stay with her. Oh, but here's my junction. Awesome. That means the next stretch of trail is beautiful dirt trail through a meadow. Sounds nice, huh? But on the other side of the meadow, I have to climb this ridge. But once I get to the top of the ridge, it's downhill for the rest of the day. I'm excited about that. To Lake of the Woods, it says. Over here it says to Aloha. Over here it says Echo Lakes. And over here it says Echo Lakes. I'm gonna take 5, maybe get something to nibble on, say hi to the nice families that are right behind me, and wish them well on their way to Aloha. Whew, feeling great today. It's a great day for hiking, the best. It made me feel good when I was injured and I couldn't backpack.
A good GoPro for vlogging, like right there, just like fish like that.
Personal opinion, GoPro sucks.
I know.
Only because of the super wide angle view, it makes everything look ugly. It's cool that you can put it on your shoulder and you can cross creeks with it.
It's cool that you can attach it to your
But if you do that,
story.
if that's the only camera you use, it sucks. That's my opinion.
Yeah.
I agree. Just take a picture. They never come out.
This has a 30 times zoom.
Nice.
And I like wildlife. So if I see an eagle flying, I want to catch it. You know. So I'm videotaping you guys now.
Oh.
Names.
Emily.
Emily.
Taylor.
Taylor.
Emma.
Emma.
Andrew.
Andrew.
Connor.
Connor.
Jacob.
Jacob.
Ken.
And Ken. Ken is the newbie here. This guy here is the group leader, from what I understand, and he's doing a great job.
You haven't lost anyone.
Not yet.
Don't speak too soon, though.
Well, guys, I'm going this way.
All right. Well, we will see you later.
Hey, do a day hike around Pyramid Lake day after tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll be there tomorrow.
Awesome.
All right.
Sweet.
Cool.
Great.
Good to meet y'all.
Sac Wildlife.
Sac Wildlife. Don't forget.
I can't wait to hear. Bye.
Bye. Look at these beautiful trees. Look at this beautiful trail. Man, I'm having such a great time today. I'm making friends on the trail. Young friends at that. I told these kids that somebody recognized me from my YouTube channel. And they're all like, well, I want to subscribe. I thought they were kidding. Who wants to see the YouTube channel of an old guy? But apparently some outdoor enthusiast youngsters do. Yay for you guys. Oh. I'm going too fast. I'm really amped. And I'm just going to burn myself out. But this stretch is really nice and gentle, but now it starts to climb. And it's going to get a little steep. But this is my last uphill stretch of the day. After this, I go down to Lake Aloha, Lake of the Woods. I walk along the shore of Lake of the Woods, and then past Lake of the Woods on down to Ropi. And it should be quite fun. I'm out of breath. I'm going to have to stop at that shade. Well, I must be amped. Here's my last junction of the day. I just came up from the meadow down there. It was a lot shorter of an uphill than I thought. And that's all for the uphill for today. I'm heading downhill in that general direction for the rest of the day. And let's see, this says Echo Lake's coming the way I just pointed to. Over here, coming from that way, is the Pacific Crest Trail. It's just parallel to the other trail that I came up. It goes to the Aloha connector, and of course this is pointing to Lake of the Woods down that way, and to the right this way it doesn't even mention it because nobody wants to go that way. That way is Ralston Peak, and it's a nasty trail. It goes up and over the shoulder of Mount Ralston and then down 3,000 feet all the way to Highway 50 near Camp Sacramento. That's good for training. But it's not a trail you want to take just to get to this area when there's other ways to do it. So downhill we go to Lake of the Woods. Switching back down to Lake of the Woods. I haven't seen anybody since I left the PCTs. But man, look at this. This is just the best. God, I love this trail. Look at all the beautiful wildflowers down there. Man, it's something. And right here, in fact, this section of this trail right here has been in the intro of my YouTube videos for a year because it's so beautiful. And maybe I'll replace it with that bit of video right there. Almost to the lake. Whoa! Almost falling off the trail. Pay attention, dude. You're solo. You're solo. You have to be careful. Keep in mind, Lake of the Woods is seriously managed now. It is always booked up. If you're backpacking out in the wilderness and you come by, that's okay. You are allowed to camp. But on your first day, you are required to tell the Forest Service where you are going to be, and then you must be there for your first day. And here at Lake of the Woods, there are designated campsites by those little camp tent designations there. You must camp. You must have a reservation, and you must camp at one of those triangles. Whew. Me, I'm going out of this picture where it says to Ropi Lake. I'm going to Ropi Lake. Honestly, it's so beautiful here. It could bring you to tears. It's magnificent. And I haven't seen any people since I left the PCT, but I'm about to hit the first campsite here, and there are people there. But knowing people around here, they're probably off fishing or hiking somewhere at this time of day. I'll be in camp, how far am I? A little bit over a mile? Maybe 1.5. I'll be there within an hour for sure. Doing great today. Well, this is the southern tip of Lake of the Woods. Pretty soon I'm going to be on trail that I've never been on, I've either never been on or I haven't been on it since the 70s. Yep, and I'm definitely on a stretch of trail that I do not recall. Now, according to the maps, this dead ends into Ropi Lake, so it could be spotty, I guess. Oh, what do we got here? Well, I guess it's announcing the special management area for Lake of the Woods. I was kind of planning on camping in between Pt1 and Ropi Lake. Just on the map, on the topography, it looks like a good place. But I've already told myself I'm going to hike at the first superior campsite that I see, because I'm not doing a demanding schedule here. It's only 4.4 miles from the taxi launch to the edge of Ropi Lake. So I'm going to be doing about 5 miles total today. And that's easy for me, especially since a lot of it is downhill. Tomorrow I'm planning to go cross country, but short distance. I think it's like 3 miles as the crow flies. I fully expect to have some pathfinding problems, even though it's really simple. So I don't mean problems finding where I am. It's almost impossible to get lost out here. I'm talking about spotting the best route. I might spend a lot of time spotting the best route. It's awesome cross-country hiking area because Pyramid Peak is visible everywhere you go. Even, well, I guess not here. But I know where it is. Trail suddenly turns west instead of south and emerges from a forest to a steep granite slope where there is a nice waterfall to my right, but I probably won't be able to see it for a while until I get down lower. Yep, that's what's happening. Not a smooth granite slope, there's a lot of trees, but that's good because I need trees. Holy crap, and there is Ropi Lake already. This is an easy hike. Indeed, this is wonderful. This is the best day of solo hiking I've had that I can remember thus far. I'm just so excited. My God, isn't this something? There's our big landmark. See what I mean about landmarks? How can you get lost here? Getting a little tired here. You know what? I need a snack break. I'm going to take a break here. I've been amped and going for too far, and I'm out of fuel. And I can keep going just fine, but I'll really exhaust myself when I get there. And the trail's getting thin, but it's supposed to be thin over here. Lake is getting pretty close. I think I've got my route figured out. I just have to assume that the outlet is crossable at the dams. The outlet is a raging waterfall. I hope it's not overflowing the dams. If it is, then I might have difficulty getting to Pyramid Lake. But it should be okay. And I'm going to move forward here. Hello, Ropi Lake. I was pleased to see that the winds had died down when I get down to the lake, but the winds just kicked up again. So don't you that idea. There is a campsite here. There's a lovely water access, and there is a pretty nice shaded zone for a tent way back there. Only pretty nice. It's not quite amazing. And it is the first campsite that you see coming off the trail I just came off. So people will be walking right on through it. I just can't stay at the first thing I see, even though it's quite nice. And it's got a view of Pyramid Peak, I forgot to mention. I'm going to walk around the south of the lake, or try to. So I understand that there are 2 dams here, and there is a lobe I need to walk around here. I think there are 2 dams. I saw pictures that somebody took in 2012. So this is the defunct dam. I was able to cross over here, just downstream a little bit right there, over that log, which was a little difficult if you don't have good climbing skills. It was pretty easy for me. I have poles and I have vibram soles. And here is the second outlet, and it's a breeze. And that's all I need to worry about. Okay. There's a nice family camp just downstream there. Told me of a couple campsites. They said there are good campsites near the waterfall over there. But since I want to get out of here tomorrow, they said they couldn't cross that. That's a problem. So this is the only way around Ropi Lake. And maybe I'll be staying over here. They said there was a couple campsites back a ways. Okay, there's one right there. Good enough, but I want veteran, it's too close to them. Well, this is where I'm staying. I'm afraid that I'm going to stay illegal tonight. Well, I'll look around for a tent spot that's higher up here, but I saw one higher up, and it was just catching all kinds of wind, and there's a bit of a windbreak down here. I feel really bad. I'm going to have to clear some rocks that clearly rangers put there to discourage people from camping here. I really want to play within the rules, but I'm approaching a dangerous situation. I'm just approaching. I'm not in one. I made it most of the way around Ropi Lake. I made it a lot farther than I intended to go, really. I didn't see a lot of camping along the way. And I've been amped all day. And that means that I haven't taken enough breaks, I haven't eaten enough, and I haven't had enough water. And I'm beginning to get sluggish now. Just 100 yards away from this campsite, I decided that's it. I have to stop and get something to eat. And I just took one big bite of a bar. But solo hikers, a danger that you've never thought of before is if when after a long day and you have been hiking too hard and you are dehydrated and you're hungry and you stuff some food in your mouth, saliva is not generated and you could choke if you're not careful. I put this much of this bar in my mouth and started chewing and realized that nothing was happening. So I had to pull out some water and moisten it and make sure I could chew it. It was a little worrisome, but yeah, I'm getting stretched out here. Oh, and also the sun's going to go down pretty soon, and it's going to get cold fast when the sun goes down. So if I'm going to be able to bathe at all, I have to do it right now. So I'm really sorry, world, and please don't copy me. Please don't stay this close to Ropi Lake. This close. I can't even pretend that I'm 25 feet away. Maybe it's 20 feet, depending on how far the tent is. But I'm afraid this is what I'm going to have to do. I can move all these smaller rocks and that larger one, and that'll give me a good space. And then I'll put them back. I'll do that. That's my penance. As will any ticket that I get. As will be any ticket that I get. This is too small here. There was one up near that juniper there, but it was just really windy. Okay, let's go up there again. See what it's like, because right now it's still. And still, I'm still too amped. I decided I was going to shoot some video and eat some more of my bar and drink some more water. And what am I doing? I'm walking around and I'm not eating or drinking. Nice little pond here. There's quite a load. I had to go around over there. And yep, you get up here and it's windy. Pretty sure that's an eagle. Well, was an eagle. God damn it, this is hard. I can't do it, I'm too tired. My neighbor said that it wasn't passable. They couldn't get across it. So the only way around the lake was this way. That water is coming, well, out of Lake Aloha eventually, but immediately it's coming from Desolation Lake, where Fujita and I spent a weekend last year. We did not hike down here to see that, though. It's too bad. Magnificent. Anyway, man, this is a nice place. And my campsite is a little bit less than spectacular, except for there are some really... I really just don't like the tent spot, the fact that it's right close to the water and that it's on granulated dirt. Add water, it gets muddy, as opposed to granulated granite, which you add water, water flows right through. And also, it's very fine, and if it's windy, that fine dust is going to blow into my tent. Only the finest dust, because there's that mosquito net. And I've been out when it's very windy in a tent like that, and fine dust gets blown in and gets into everything. Let's just hope it's not windy tonight. All I've done so far was stuff a bar in me and waited for it to start making me feel better. I guess I'm feeling a little better. I better get to work now. So I'm desperately trying to find a decent place to hang my water bag and generate some water. Okay, this is a trick that I learned a while ago, or taught myself a while ago. These trees have a lot of holes in them. Shove something in that hole, and that will hold my water bag. Easy enough. Perfect. So I poured some water into my stove for dinner. I'll fill up my bottles and fill up my stove container, and that'll be enough to get me to morning. Okay, this is me. Freshly seated after doing all of the chores that I needed to do. I haven't blown up my pad yet, but I had to get food going because it's getting dark. Food ought to be ready to eat in a few minutes. And got the tent set up. I got all my down stuff fluffing in there. Winds have died down considerably. It was supposed to be 9 or 10 mile an hour breezes tonight. And earlier it was gusting like 14, 15. So that's good. I really do not want a lot of wind tonight. Here's the tent set up. I've got it pretty much all closed up for now because the winds kick up every now and then and blows superfine sand around. So I really don't want superfine sand in my tent. But look at the twilight here, huh? The falls are magnificent over there. I'll be hearing those all night. Fantastic. The other campers that I know are here are far on the other side of the lake, and I'm not going to see or hear anything from them tonight. I really don't think there's anybody else anywhere near me here. I feel that this was the best first day that I've had this season, maybe last season too, for that matter, because I had so much fun, and I was really strong because I got back from a trip last Wednesday. It is Monday, so my conditioning, even though I did very little in between then and now, has held pretty well. And the trail was easy. I hiked probably 2 miles past, maybe 2.5 miles from the boat taxi ramp,
and I reached my apex, the highest point of my day, at the top of the Lake of the Woods trail, and it's been downhill or flat ever since, until I got to Ropi, where I had to go cross country and go up and down and go back and forth and go around water and such, and then I started crashing pretty quickly, and I really did the smart thing and just stopped. Another 15 minutes of wandering around, and I'd have 15 minutes less of light, and I'd have to be rushing that much more, and I would have drained myself that much more also. And chances are I wouldn't have found anything in 15 minutes anyway. It might have taken half an hour, 45 minutes. And then I'm pushing up against darkness and the cold. It's quite chilly tonight. I pulled out the down just to drape over me because I'm out of layers. That's my last layer, and boy, it's a beefy one. I'm not going to be cold tonight, up top at least. Okay, let's shut this down and maybe get back to the food. And then I have more chores to do after I'm done eating. And hopefully it won't be dark then. But at least I'm not eating in the dark. I appreciate that. Enough for now. Meal is all digested now. And crazy thing happened right after I finished eating. I was just recovering. I mean, could feel the food getting into my system and beginning to feel pretty good. And I went down to the water to wash off my spoon, pretty much the last chore of the night. And suddenly I hear, "Hey, how's it going?" And there was a guy 20 feet away from me. He's just on the other side of these little trees here. And he was in runners, so he didn't make any noise at all approaching me. And it's breezy, and there's the waterfall going, so it's pretty loud around here. Scared the hell out of me. But here's a stud hiker. He was got off work at 5:30 in Citrus Heights, basically Sacramento, where I live, and drove up here and came up Horsetail Falls and came all the way up to Ropi Lake here. And he was going to go jump in the water, and it was dark. The sun had set half an hour previously or so. I talked him out of the swim, and he left after we hung out together for about 15 minutes or so. Nice guy, fun guy, and that's the capper to my evening here. I have had such a great day. I really had a great time socializing with strangers. I met a lot of really nice people today, and had deeper interactions than I usually have with fellow backpackers. There's a group of 8 or 9 kids and a couple adults. I took breaks with them a couple of times and just had a great time with those kids. They were really cool kids from, I don't know, 12 to 16 maybe 10 to 15, something like that. But all really nice and all really fun. And there was a woman, Diane, right, that I did the first part of the trail with. She was nice. This guy here, who I forgot his name already, he was a pleasure. Met some nice people at Lake of the Woods. There's another couple here at Ropi Lake, or with a young boy also, and had a good time with them for a little while. It's been a great day. The only negative I had was in looking for this campsite here and eating up the last of my energy in my body. That started to wear me out. But I recognized the problem and took care of it right away, and feeling fine now. No Motrin, no muscle relaxants. I'll be fine tonight. All the chores are done. It's close to 9 o'clock. The falls are loud. And I've had a great night. Just great. Well, let's just hope I can get some sleep. Sleep is my biggest problem out here. But thus far, it's been great. Signing off. Well, I think it's bright enough in here. I think. In the tent, and it's about 11:15. I was just too intrigued outside to come in at a decent hour. The moonlight setting behind the mountain was pretty cool, and I love this place here. I love the cascade, roaring cascade. The lake is beautiful. The mountain is awesome. What I'm complaining about is there's been a lot of fires. People have started fires, built fire circles, started fires, and there's a lot of charcoal and ash and a lot of debris. I guess the rangers don't get up here to clean it up as often as they do sites that are more easily found, I suppose. That's my only complaint. Well, that and there's just too much dirt around here in general. I like beautiful, clean sheets of granite, and preferably when it's not solid rock, I prefer the dirt to be granulated granite, which is absolutely clean, and water it flows right through it. So this has been, with these complaints, this has been the best day of hiking I've had so far. I rattled off a long list of the people that I hung out with today, and I forgot to mention I got to meet a subscriber to my YouTube channel. Somebody recognized me on the trail, and I met Richard and his family, and they were wonderful. And I met a couple dozen really nice people today. I love seeing young families. The other campsite here is a young couple with a young boy. He was about 5, I think, maybe 6. That's a long way to come with a little kid. I don't know if he came on his own power or not, but that would have been difficult for him. Probably had to be carried for some other way. And he looked a little tired, but what do you expect? Other youngsters I saw almost exclusively were having a blast and just love being out here. I met this one other family with a single child. Little girl was about 7 or 8. She was an absolute doll. She talked about how all the stuff that she did in preschool. She went to a nature, maybe it was not a preschool, but like a summer school, day camp or something, where she learned about the ecology and about the outdoors and about hiking, and she was one excited little kid. She was out here, I think it was her first backpacking trip. She was absolutely thrilled and having fun with her parents, and she was having fun with me, and we were all having fun together. Really well-balanced kid. Kind of reminds me of my little niece, who is just the nicest kid in the world. So I guess that's it. Let's just turn off the camera and try to get some sleep and